fields, let it out. Done, get it right in the fields, let it out. Get it done, get it right in the fields, let it out.
Let's get it.
Let it out. Get it done. Get it right in the fields. Let it out. Let it out. Get it done. Get it right in the fields. Let it out. Done. Get it right in the fields. Let it out. Get it done. Get it right in the fields. Let it out.
Welcome back to Redondo Sports. I'm Coven Mystery.
And I'm Edward Rientasso.
We got a great matchup for you tonight with the 1-3 Redondo Union Seahawks taking on the 4-1 Banning Pilots. Some complexity to this game as the Banning Pilots are coming off a huge loss to Palos Verdes, losing 52-0. They got dominated that last game, and they're coming hungry for this one. The Seahawks, on the other hand, are coming with confidence after their first win, 14-12, last week against the Orange Panthers. An exciting matchup. Edward, how do you see this one going down?
Well, I'm going to take a look at the defense, and this is one thing that's the reason why Redondo won last week, Kevin. We look at the first two games of the season, they gave up over 62 points on offense, and they were 0-2. In the last two games, they gave up a total of 36 points, so that's almost half of what they gave the first two games, and they won last week. So look for Redondo's defense to step up more tonight as they have a momentum shift and that points allowing.
Yeah, absolutely. The defense has been key. Twice this season, Redondo Union has gotten a score from their defense with 2 pick sixes, including notably the one from Christian Zeno last week, which proved to be the game winner. And on the subject of Christian Zeno, let's take a look at the Seahawks offense, as he had their offensive touchdown as well, rushing last game. He had 9 rushes for 71 yards and a touchdown last game. We'll see if they go back to him. Another option for them is the sophomore Rocky Martinez, who also got a solid load with 8 rushes for 22 yards. On the other hand, they got the passing attack with Cole Leinart, Adrian Ortiz. What have you liked about that connection so far, Edward?
The Cole Leinart, Adrian Ortiz combination has been one of the best things that's happened so far this season. In the first 2 games, we saw this offense struggle with scoring points, moving the ball in production on offense. In the last 3 games, Adrian Ortiz has been the big player for this Redondo offense. Last week, he had 4 receptions for 100 yards. So he's had back-to-back 100-yard games. Look for him tonight to be open up the middle for Cole Leinart to start attacking with that passing offense.
Yeah, absolutely. And switching gears to this Pilots offense, though they put up 0 last game, they've had multiple games this season getting over 40 points. So we know when they're hot, but the Seahawks are looking to keep them at a really minimal level, because what we saw last game with the Pilots is that when their offense couldn't get going in their 52-0 loss, they just couldn't get anything going. They couldn't get back on track. So the Seahawks will look to stifle them early, and that should carry over. So really, I see this game as a battle of the first quarters, first possessions. Well, let's see how the game starts, and then the momentum will carry.
And it's very interesting, Calvin. We talked about how bad he scored points in those first few games, and then they run into a brick wall last week against Palo Verdes. Look for them to rebound tonight. Not sure what the score will look like, but you're right. The first quarter is going to determine how this game will go for 60 minutes.
Yeah, absolutely. As we see them rush onto the field, absolutely hyped is the Banning Pilots, but a beautiful job for them in the previous weeks, the first 3 weeks.
With stories to tell. Tonight's officials are referee Keith Goldsmith.
So we're going to take a look at the player intros for the Seahawks.
Line judge Darrell Wade and back judge Ron Kelly. Here at Banning, we take pride in our campus, so make sure you trash your trash.
So captains go to center field, and the Seahawks are looking to really establish a tone. So Edward, if you were the Seahawks here, do you elect to kick or do you elect to receive?
I tell you, after getting a big win last week, I would take the ball first, send a message, because this team's still reeling from that shutout last Friday. Kind of want to kick them when they're still down. So for Redondo, get the ball first, let Cole Liner loose, and let that attack and offense begin.
Absolutely. I completely agree. Though I'd say you might be a little biased. Every time I've asked you that question, you've always said you'd like to receive first.
Well, for Cole Liner, this is a big game for him. Last season, he made his debut against Banning. He threw for 3 touchdowns that you mentioned, including a flea flicker.
Yeah, absolutely. If you guys want to check that out after the game, it's all on Redondo Sports from the game last year. But Cole Liner did have his first passing touchdown on the Seahawks against the Banning Pilots last year. It was an absolutely electric play, if I remember correctly. So maybe it's a little personal for him, but Seahawks will trot back to their own sideline, the Pilots to theirs, and it looks like we will get this game underway very soon. The clock on the field reads a minute left. As I'm Coven Mystery.
With Edward Ritasso.
And we are absolutely excited to bring you this coverage. So stay tuned to Redondo Sports. Game starts in just a minute.
And the finals will receive to start this evening's football game. And will defend second half.
Number 55, Jaden Jett, to kick this one off. As the Pilots will receive. Back deep for them, a notable one. Nathan Greb, number 4. The senior running back and wide receiver will look to get this one in his hands.
We are ready to start.
12 minutes on the clock in the first quarter. Seahawks gesture to the referee. Whistle blows, and we are underway in this game as the kick goes off. Shorter kick down the right side. It'll bounce to the 20. Fielded high by number 1, Matthew Martinez, and he's hit pretty early. So the Seahawks, it's an interesting kickoff strategy, but it gets him to the 20-yard line. So looks like it worked, right, Edward?
Yeah, that was more like a message sent as I dare you to try to return this one. By the time they picked it up, there was already a couple of Seahawk players right there to make the tackle.
Yeah, absolutely. Looks like number 8, Randy Guerrero, will be the quarterback for the Pilots. Number 8, he's 5'9", and he's a junior. So let's see what he's got for the Seahawks defense. And the Seahawks defense looks like they'll come out in a 4-3, which means 4 on the line, 3 linebackers high. Expect to see man coverage, as you see on the bottom of your screen. That's Kyle Westbrook. He had some key plays for the Seahawks last game. The refs debating about ball placement. That's pretty early for that. But we will see the first snap. Snap goes, and it'll be just a direct snap. That was Kyle Westbrook in on the tackle for the Seahawks. Number 6, Alonzo Ruiz took the Wildcat snap.
Kyle Westbrook was one of the key defenders last Friday with an interception in the first quarter against Orange, making his presence early here on his first play.
Yep, and that was an interesting play call for the first one. We don't really get to see the true personnel. We don't get to see their quarterback, his tendencies, anything like that. So Seahawks still on their toes, still a little bit of guessing going on for Coach Keith Ellison and his squad. It appears that the Wildcat will be the formation once more. See if we see a trick play. Nope, Ruiz again down the middle. Sheds a tackle from Herrera, and he'll dive forward, so that's a minimal gain as well. We'll see an early 3rd and 7.
Anytime you see Herrera by the line, you know he's going to make his presence, just like he did last week with a sack and a half. And a very interesting formation there by Banning as far as going on the run.
Yeah, I mean, it's 3rd and about 6, the placement shows. So I expect we might see a throw here, and the first good look at what this quarterback has to offer.
If you're Redondo, the best thing to do on 3rd down is attack, blitz, bring all the pressure.
Yeah, absolutely. Look at the bottom of your screen. Number 9, Brock Herrera on that defensive end. He'll look to be an edge rusher that can make a difference this game. Rolling out to the far side. Number 28, and just as I called, Brock Herrera knocks him down. That's a sack for the Seahawks, and Banning will go 3 and out.
Yeah, it looks like that was Noah Tuvalu, the backup quarterback, on that last play, trying to make a quick pass, but Brock Herrera didn't deny that, said, no, sorry, not tonight.
Punt team on for Banning. That looked like a very uncomfortable set to pass. A righty rolling left on that side. He couldn't really get his feet set. Didn't really look like he had an option to throw, and he just got decked.
Yeah, you just have to credit the pressure on the defense for that.
Seahawks almost get the block there, but the punt goes very short. Punt will land and take a backwards bounce, and the Seahawks will take the ball at the 33-yard line. So incredible field position for the Seahawks. dare I say, best case scenario for their defense.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. You're correct. But that last snap by Banning looks like the punter had a little trouble holding onto the ball. It's very lucky, fortunate that wasn't blocked.
Yeah, absolutely. We mentioned Brock Herrera's name. He got the sack on third down there. Brock Herrera had, I believe, 2 sacks last game. He was a difference maker there. And so he almost got in on the block as well there. But that is something to watch out for on this defense. But you got to wonder, what are you seeing from this Pilots offense that we're missing? Because they had 0 last week. They looked pretty shaky to start this week. You got to wonder if we're seeing the weeks 1 through 3 Banning offense, or if we're seeing the Banning offense of recent.
Yeah, we'll just have to wait to see how this first quarter drags along and see how they respond.
Back to pass is Linar. He takes a little bit of a hit on the release, but he will get it to Ortiz on the sideline.
And we mentioned that combination of Cole Leinart and Adrian Ortiz right up the bat on the first play. They connected. Banning's defense is going to have to make a lot of adjustments. Otherwise, they're going to be connected all night.
Yeah, I mean, the Seahawks, we know they love those quick out routes. Good for beating man, and even for zone, they like the level concept. So that's something to keep your eye on. But they identified just favorable coverage for one of the, Cole Leinart's favorite receivers, and they took advantage of that. Second down, they'll hand it off. Diving forwards, the Seahawks running back. That one was Zeno there on the carry, who had a big game last game.
Yeah, Zeno has 71 yards on the ground. We saw how dangerous he was on both offense and defense. They're going to him very early.
Yeah, and we'll see him check out in favor of the younger running back. This one's Martinez who checks in. So we'll see if they try to give both of them the ball early, establish both of them. Because for the Seahawks, when they get this run game going, it can just be super effective with the rhythm they establish.
Yeah, one thing about the running game, you run the ball, you pound it to the defense, and you run the clock.
Speaking of rhythm, they'll go quick here. Handoff goes to Martinez, and it looks like he will have the first down diving forwards.
Yeah,
They're
right.
just outside the red zone.
Yeah, Ryan Martinez, actually, his numbers have gone up in the last few games, Kevin. After a struggle in the first half of the season, his numbers have really picked up, and so has his running game.
Yeah, Seahawks making a point to change personnel as we got 8 minutes on the clock here in the first period. Esparza checks in as well as Westbrook. So not a lot for the Pilots to really judge on as the Seahawks are changing up who individual guys are guarding. But keep an eye out for the slot receiver, Westbrook, number 1. On the motion, they will give it to him. Trying to cut it upfield. Down the outside, he's dragged down. Good tackle there by number 0 on the Banning side.
We know about Westbrook, Kevin. He's known for his speed on first down. Didn't get much yardage, though, but that's the speed on the field that you need to watch out if you're Banning.
So we'll see a minimal gain. It looked to be about 1 yard there on the pickup for the jet touch pass. So 2nd and 9. Same formation shown. We'll see if Leinart will get a chance to use his arm. Low snap, and they'll just hand it off. Dives forward to the 30. That's about a 3-yard pickup. Excuse me, to the 20-yard line.
Yeah, good job by Cole Leinart on handling that snap. But, again, getting a little bit of yardage, it helps sets up for this 3rd down and 7. Now we'll see if Cole Leinart will use his arms or they'll stay on the run game.
3rd and 7. I expect a pass here, but from the shotgun, we'll see. Westbrook again in the slot. Esparza on the outside. Looks like he might have one-on-one coverage. They'll throw a screen instead. Zeno's got some room to run. Lowers a shoulder, and he'll dive forwards for the first down.
Yeah, they went to Zeno this time. Again, he was left open just a couple of yards on the screen play. Zeno used his head and said, boom, gets the first down.
Yeah, I mean, you love to see physical running, and that's exactly what Zeno did right there. Good job fighting through the contact, moving the chains there, and just an excellent read by Cole Leinart. Looks like a pre-snap read. He identified the blitz. He knew he wouldn't have time to find a longer breaking route, so he quickly got it to Zeno while he still had time, and Zeno did the rest with his legs. From the pistol, they'll take this next one. Zeno again, the back. The handoff goes to Zeno. Zeno through a hole. Zeno with a stiff arm, and that's a touchdown.
There goes Zeno again. We saw it right when the play started. We saw him get the ball. Again, credit that offensive line for opening up the hole for Mr. Zeno there. And right away, right off the bat, Redondo gets quick 6.
Yeah, absolutely. This is the exact start Seahawks were looking for. Excellent defense, excellent special teams, and then flawless execution on offense there. And they're an extra point away from making this 7-0 with 5:59 to go in this first quarter.
It's going to be big pressure for Banning now. They allowed another touchdown, and they were shut out last week. So it looks like that they're still recovering from that shutdown they took.
Yeah, and Bryson Fowler will kick this one. It'll be good. And so 7-0, the Seahawks lead this game. What a start.
I tell you, the Redondo offense has improved compared to the first 2 games of this season. And these last 3 games, including tonight, they have improved. You got to credit the coaching staff and for the players for just hanging in there.
Yeah, absolutely. But the Seahawks absolutely thrive on momentum. They had a slow start to the season, but now they are absolutely rolling. And speaking of momentum, how about Zeno? That's 3 touchdowns in his past 2 games now.
It looks like they're figuring out what to do despite the injuries that this team has gone through this season. Use number 15 combined with number 5, Adrian Ortiz and Zeno. Cole Liner's got to enjoy the offense he has right now.
Yeah, he's definitely got weapons. And speaking of that, number 7, Bo Osmus, still injured. When he gets back onto the field, that will add even another dimension to this offense. So, as the Seahawks kick it off, they'll kick it short once again. It'll be received by an up man. Cutting it inside is number 6. That was Alonzo Ruiz there with the physical run. This time, the kickoff strategy does not benefit the Seahawks as much as it did earlier. And so, that will be 1st and 10 from the 38 for the Pilots to take over.
Yeah, that's the second time they try that kick. I'm not sure that's part of the strategy, but we'll see how their defense responds after giving up a 3-and-out last time.
Yeah, we haven't seen notable kicker and wide receiver Parker Blevins. Maybe he's not able to play this game, and that is probably why they are going with this, because he wasn't there for the kickoff, and he wasn't there for the extra point either. So maybe someone with less experience is stepping in. As the handoff it's a read option, and he's bottled up after 3.
Yeah, here's one minor note about the special teams. A couple of weeks ago in Huntington Beach, they gave up a return for touchdown against the Oilers. So best bet is just kick it short just to avoid the big return.
Tuvalu under center again. He'll drop back to pass this time. Pass is slung out too low for his intended receiver. Looking for Daniels there on the outside. The freshman wide receiver could not haul it in, however.
Tuvalu had room to pass the ball, but unfortunately his receiver was not able to catch the ball. Again, the pressure from Redondo's 4-3 is really giving him a little bit of trouble. Now the Seahawks got another opportunity to force a 4th down.
That is not a matchup that I imagine Tuvalu will target often as the game progresses. If you look at number 1 on your screen in that one-on-one coverage, the Seahawks like looks that give him one-on-one coverage because he makes plays on the ball often. Driving back to pass again is Tuvalu. Tuvalu down the middle, intercepted there by the Seahawks. Seahawks looking to take it the other way. Getting moving. Number 18 for the Seahawks hitting inside. That's a touchdown. That's Wonderly there. The safety stepping in to intercept that pass, and that is another 6 points for the Seahawks.
Yeah, Tuvalu again throwing, actually was able to throw the ball, but this time he threw into triple coverage, and you see Wonderly there with the pick 6.
Yeah, I mean, that was just an incredible read by Wonderly. You saw him recognize the seam route and step into the ball. He's stepping up, not backwards. He was essentially the receiver there. It was his ball to get, and he got it. And with the wheels turning already, he got it upfield, and that resulted in the score. Backup quarterback Brady Groh on the hold as we see the kick here by Bryson Fowler. Kick is good once more, and that's 14-0 for the Seahawks.
I tell you what the Seahawks are doing right now is very perfect compared to what happened last Friday with Banning. So they're still reeling for what happened because this is a different team compared to the first few weeks of the season where they were blowing out opponents. last week they had they got blown out on their own, and now, like almost 10 minutes in, Redondo just on the roll.
Yeah, not the start you're looking for the Pilots. Pilots are looking to just start this drive anew. They're looking to take over absolutely nothing from what we've seen so far and just pretend this is a 0-0 game. But it's hard to pretend that when the Seahawks are absolutely crushing it this game.
Yeah, they dominated this first quarter so far. Banny's going to have to go into their playbooks and come up with different strategies. Otherwise, this game might be over quicker than we all think.
Kickoff will come from the white jerseys. The Pilots look to receive. Let's see if we see the kick short into the far side of the field once more. That is exactly where the kickoff goes. And the Pilots will look to take it upfield. Good block there, and he'll get past the 30 before he's wrestled down. Iglesias there on the stop.
A little bit of spark there by Banny, but the Pilots are going to have to come out and see what they can do to stop the bleeding. So far, 4:59 left in this first quarter. It's just been all Redondo, offense and defense.
It's number 6 in again at the running back slot. That's Ruiz. Physical runner. Let's see what he can do with it. 192 pounds. He looks to power through as he did in the Wildcat formations in the first drive. Off the interception, let's see how Tuvalu responds. And they'll let him throw once more. The quick hitch is caught for about 5 yards. Give it about 6 on the grab.
Yeah, we see Redondo playing with that 4-3 defense again, giving pressure, and again, Banny completing the passes, but short passes, but gives him a chance here on this second down coming up.
Yeah, often that 4-3 means zone coverage with those 3 guarding the middle of the field. So what does Banning do? Banning's going to go with curl routes, find those soft spots in the zone, get the receivers to stop right there, not run into a guy, but stop between guys. And so that worked on that curl route. We'll see if they go to more of that. But I expect to see the ground game as well. Ruiz does get the carry, but he goes nowhere, losing about a yard.
Well, we did ask for the ground game to happen, and it did, but unfortunately that door was shut before they were able to go forward.
Third down here, you got to pass the ball, right?
If it's 3rd and 3, I would say no. You can still run the ball. Somehow they're going to have to open up the holes for the running game, but you can do a quick pass, screen, but it depends on what the defense runs. Redondo's staying on that 4-3, and it looks like they are going to stay on that 4-3, but again, watch for Herrera on the left side. He may be a playmaker. He loves third down, especially when he gets an opportunity to sack the quarterback.
Yep, we see the Seahawks set up that formation once again. 1-on-1 on the bottom of your screen, and that's where Tuvalu will look. Step for step with him is Westbrook, and that will fall incomplete. Looks like a punt team will trot on.
If you're going against Westbrook, the best thing you need to do is you need to beat that one-on-one coverage because he is known to give wide receivers a lot of headaches, and we saw in that last play, a little bit of contact, but very favorable contact, no penalty marker for that.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's just standard coverage. It looked like press at the beginning, and he followed him all the way through. Good defense, and the same personnel is staying on, so we might see an early 4th down attempt. 3:29 to go in the first quarter, barring a timeout or a hard count attempt. Looks like we will see a 4th down attempt. From the shotgun, here's Tuvalu. Tuvalu will snap the ball, blitz coming on him, and that will be a screen pass. Through defenders, Ruiz pushes it forward and converts. Excellent physicality there. Solid play call, too. Anticipating the screen, the blitz. So they got the screen pass, and just excellent job by Ruiz fighting for the extra yards necessary to push the sticks.
Well, you got to give Ruiz credit for staying on and not giving up, but also credit that Pilot offense. We thought it was going to be a loss of yardage, but it turned out to be a positive gain, and now they get a 1st down and stay on the field.
Yeah, and we're going to see what looks like more man coverage here for the Seahawks. And that ball is caught. Excellent job as he threw it on the outside. That was Daniels who got the caught. Looked like Westbrook broke on the ball, got a hand on it, but somehow Daniels still ended up with that.
Yeah, Daniels actually able to catch it, but Westbrook, for some reason, he thought he caught it, but by the time he turned around, the ball was in Daniels' hand.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that is just, it's really hard to see exactly where that ball got through Westbrook, but somehow it slipped by him. That was close to a pass deflection or even a pick, but moves the sticks again for the Pilots as they will hand this one off. A little bit of a better gain here as they get about 6 on the carry. You'll take that on first down for an otherwise stagnant run game.
Well, right now the momentum's on the Pilots offense. The 4th down conversion helped them. Now they're on the momentum to try to score. Now they're inside the 30-yard line.
Yeah, let's see how they attack this. We'll see if they take a shot at the end zone at some point, because you are always worried about turning the ball over. We've seen not only the pick 6, but a couple other dangerous throws. So we'll see how Banning chooses to attack this.
There's still opportunity to throw down the field, but for them, looks like they just want to get first downs and drain the clock.
Yeah, it looks like a tight bunch. We'll see if that means another run play. But a lot of white jerseys near the middle. It will be a pass. Some free rushers on him, and the quarterback is hit for an incomplete pass.
Pass is incomplete.
No doubt about it, that pressure got to the quarterback. He had to throw it away, or he was going to take a big hit by Herrera. Luckily, he was able to get the ball thrown off in time before he hit the ground.
Yeah, I mean, there was a very tight scheme. A lot of receivers close to the line of scrimmage. So it's hard to tell who is actually at the line of scrimmage on the Seahawks to blitz and who's just there for covering their guy. But excellently disguised blitz, and the Seahawks do get home. Almost a sack, forces the incompletion. So 3rd down and 5.
Expect them to bring the pressure again on 3rd down.
Yeah, I mean, they've really just seen success getting after this quarterback. So dropping back to pass. Looking for another screen pass, and he is swung down. Looks like it'll be close at least, if not enough.
Grab caught the ball, but it looks like he's going to be short. Interesting call to see if they'll go for it again.
If they were willing to go for it back over there by midfield, I imagine they'll be absolutely willing to go for this just outside of field goal range. There is no way they will do anything but try to get this 4th and 1.
Yeah, no doubt. You're down 14 points, and the other visiting team has pretty much punched you in the face this early in the game. They're trying to get something going, get the momentum shift.
Yeah, we got a minute to go here in this first quarter. Looking for the hard count initially. Let's see if they do have a play call, or they will just take a timeout as the play clock runs down. They will have a play call. So the option play, and Tuvalu breaks free. Touchdown there for the Pilots off the read option. Seahawks couldn't find who had the ball. Tuvalu found it in the end zone.
A lot of commotion on that right side, and everybody thought where he went. By the time they turned around, he was already in the end zone.
Yeah, absolutely. So the Pilots punch it in, bring it to a 1-score game. Let's see this this extra point. But 44 seconds ago in this first quarter, as the Pilots draw their first blood.
Ryan Seal to attempt the extra point.
So on the kick here is the Pilots. That one is blocked by the Seahawks. That's Herrera. Herrera doing everything here for the Seahawks, and that is 14-6. The Seahawks will keep their lead. So a blocked extra point. Looked like some missed blocking assignments for the Pilots.
It almost looked like it was perfect time by Herrera. By the time he got on the other side, the kicker decided, I'm not even going to try to kick this. Good play there by Herrera.
As we see that, just a beautiful jump on the ball by Herrera, faced zero resistance and stuffed that one. So now a kickoff to go by Anthony Valacio. It'll bounce and be fielded by the Seahawks. Seahawks cutting up the middle. And he'll get a boost and get to the 35-yard line.
Yeah, it looks like that was Rocky Martinez on the return. He did a good job following his blockers. Good, decent return, and Redondo, again, has good field position. Start off another drive.
Yeah, 37 seconds to work with here in this first quarter. Let's see if they can make some progress before the quarter ends.
The most points that Redondo has scored so far this season was 17. Looks like twice this season. Let's see if they're able to go beyond that and score more points.
Absolutely. I mean, from what we've seen from them so far, that absolutely seems like it will happen this game. But not to jinx anything, we're up here on the press box. So let's see how the Seahawks approach this. Handoff goes, and that'll be a modest gain of about 3.
It's a good play on first down. Follow your blockers, get through the wall, get some yardage, and again, it'll be easy to set up on these second and third downs.
Yeah, it appears that we will get one more play in the quarter. No, it doesn't. Looks like we will let the Seahawks will let the time run out, and end of the first quarter. 14-6. The Seahawks have the lead right now, and they have the ball in their own end.
Very impressive first quarter by Redondo. They came out swinging really fast, and we saw Banning get back in there, but the extra point pretty much hurt their momentum. Now we're going to see Redondo, if they're able to keep up to the momentum as we go into the second quarter.
Yeah, they have absolutely dominated on the line of scrimmage on both offense and defense, but a few times they've let something slip through. So you gotta wonder, what is it? Is it complacency? Is it just a genuine, good scheme by the pilots? Something got through there on that touchdown off the read option.
I think it was just a miscommunication on defense, also missed tackles, and a lot of confusion. Saw a little bit of a small pile on that fourth down play, and it led to a touchdown. So a little bit of confusion there on Redondo. See if they're able to overcome that and perform in the second quarter as they did in the first quarter.
Absolutely. The Seahawks have done a good job stifling anytime quarterback. The quarterback has thrown the ball far. So Tuvalu hasn't really had an opportunity to sling the ball, as the only time he did so, it was picked off by Blake Wonderly and returned for a touchdown. So we'll see if the Pilots do anything to get Tuvalu's confidence back for the deep ball. But as of now, we're likely to see more of what we have, which is the screen passes, the short hitches, the pretty much the zone beaters.
Well, I think if you're Redondo, this would be a great time to give Cole Liner an opportunity to go down the field, throw those deep balls. We haven't seen it yet in this game. I'll say this will probably be the perfect opportunity to just give him a shot and go downfield.
Yeah, we see them back on the field. They're on the 40-yard line in their own end on 2nd and 7. From the pistol. They really like this pistol formation. Play action here for Leinart. Leinart will throw the deep ball. This one is picked up, intercepted by the Pilots. Penalty flag is down, but that one was picked off by Nathan Greb. You like the play call. Leinart had an easy pass as more flags fly into the field. Count them 1, 2, 3, 4 yellow markers on the field, as there's some pushing and shoving going on. But Leinart did have the short pass as an option, opted to launch it deep, and on the run he just couldn't get the arm strength behind it that he needed to.
It looked like that pass was underthrown because the intended receiver was about a couple yards ahead, right behind Greb, and he was able to catch the ball.
Yeah, I mean, after all is said and done, those flags were thrown after the interception was caught, so it does look like that will stand, and it will. The Seahawks defense approaches the field as Tuvalu and his offense looks to get right back to where they ended, which was scoring a touchdown.
Now, the penalty markers came after the play, so it looks like Banning will maintain possession, but it looks like they're going to get drawn back a few yards.
Yeah, it might have been a block in the back. Is something that often happens on those style of plays where the possession switches suddenly. You got guys moving one way, and then the ball all of a sudden has to go the other way. So I believe we did see a block in the back penalty, and push back will be Banning. But nonetheless, Banning is happy to have the ball back with 11:44 to go here in this first half.
Yeah, the problem for Banning now is that they're going to start, looks like, deep in their own territory, so they may want to be careful on what they call and not get a turnover. This is the perfect time for Redondo to even, get an interception, get a touchdown, or even maybe a safety.
Yeah, well, those penalty markers push them far back. So from their own 10-yard line, the Pilots look to build a drive.
Well, the good news is they got the ball, but the bad news was they had to go back because of a personal foul penalty.
Yeah, absolutely. They'll take that every time, though. Keep an eye for number 9, Brock Herrera. They haven't been able to stop him yet. On the other side, on the bottom of your screen, same side, is Christian Zeno, who had a pick 6 last game. Next to him is Wonderly, who has a pick 6 this game. Dropping back to, handing the ball off. Diving forwards is Ruiz. Solid gain there of about 5 yards.
That's a good play on first down. Get yourself a couple yards. Try to get away from your end zone as quickly as possible. Gives them a little bit of breathing room for the second play coming up on this drive.
So second and about 5. Tuvalu in the shotgun. Ruiz in front of him. We might see a pass here. No, we'll see another read option where the give will go to Ruiz, but he's bottled up pretty quickly. Call it a gain of about 1, and that'll bring up third down. Absolutely key for the Pilots to get this one here, as they are still looking to tie this one up.
Yeah, we saw Herrera switch to the left side on the last play. He actually got in and made a tackle. It looks like he's going to stay on that left side, so very pressure for Banning to keep that right side, preventing Brock Herrera from getting past, and look for him to say hi to the quarterback.
Yeah, and it's actually much closer than I initially had said, thanks to favorable marking. So third and short. Back to passes Tuvalu. The curl goes, and he has his receiver for a minimal gain. Daniels with the catch off of the curl, and that will be enough to move the sticks.
Yeah, third down, just a quick 3-step drop pass to the left side. They got the completion, and they get the first down, so a little bit more breathing room for Banning to stay on the field.
Yeah, that's what Banning needed to do. They needed to move the sticks any way they could, so that short route, they'll take that one every time. The freshman Daniels getting involved early in this game. He's at the top of your screen. Looks like he's one-on-one with Westbrook. From the shotgun, we'll see if they hand it once more. They will hand it once more. Difficult to bring him down, but eventually they do. That's about 2 yards, maybe 3 on the gain as he falls forwards.
Yeah, 3-4 yard runs we're seeing on first down really helps set up the second and third downs, but we're starting to see this Banning offense starting to come to light a little bit in the first half.
Yeah, and they're setting up, these are all read option plays where the quarterback is electing to give the ball to the running back. But we might see later on, just like the touchdown, Tuvalu might elect to keep it and try to get to the outside.
Looks like Redondo's going to stay on that 4-3 defense, or it looks like a 3-4.
Another 4-man rush. On the outside, he hits Daniels again. They like that route off of the curl. Daniels was hit hard there. I believe it was Zeno in the tackle.
They're starting to go to that left side more. Redondo's going to have to start making adjustments to make sure there's a couple of defenders near the bottom of their sideline, and I mean the home team sideline.
Esparza checks out. Daniels once more at the top of your screen, matched up with Westbrook once more. They haven't gone after Westbrook too much this game. they like to pick on the far side of him, as Westbrook usually plays the left side of the defense. Handoff goes again to Ruiz. Ruiz is brought down there. Wonderly hit the hole there from his safety position to get the stop.
And we're starting to see the effect of the running game as they go to a quick no huddle here.
Back to Ruiz.
The handoff goes to Ruiz once more, and that will be not much to speak of. So another third down situation for the Pilots to try to make something happen. So 3rd and 4 here. Got to imagine we'll see another quick throw, but maybe that curl to the left side is becoming repetitive. However, you do see freshman wide receiver Daniels on the bottom of your screen. Exact same spots he has when he has ran that route. So maybe Zeno will be wise for it. And so maybe if the banding coach is playing chess, you might see a double move here to try to combat that.
Zeno's at the bottom. Let's see how he does on this one-on-one matchup.
Yeah, keep your eye on that matchup, as we're likely to see a throw here. We will see a throw here. Yeah, double move exactly as I predicted, and that is dropped there by Daniels. No, they knew exactly what they're doing there. They have established that curl. They were going to fake the curl and send him deep. They had the look they wanted. Zeno bit there, and nonetheless, pass goes incomplete and punt team comes on.
Well, the good news is they know what they were running and they almost succeeded, but the bad news was they weren't able to catch the ball, and those are those drive killers that really hurt a coach.
Yeah, absolutely, but you gotta, from just a pure football analytical standpoint, you gotta love the play call.
It looks like they're gonna go for it here on 4th down again.
No, it's a punt formation.
Well, almost looked like the formation there, but
yeah,
you never know.
Yeah, I mean, they might fake it, and then I will issue a public apology.
Actually, that should be me. I was the one that called it.
But it appears to be a punt.
Oh,
That's blocked by the Seahawks. Seahawks will take it upfield as Ricardo catches it off the block. The Seahawks have excellent positioning. The special teams has been disastrous so far for the Pilots.
Yeah, for the second time tonight, Redondo special teams. Earlier in the game, they blocked an extra point, and now they finally get an extra a punt block. And look where the ball's at, Kevin. They're in good field position to get some points.
Yeah, absolutely. You got to wonder how the Seahawks will go for this one. Last time they pushed it deep, and Leinart got intercepted. So we'll see if they try to build Leinart's confidence back.
After seeing that, that's got to give him a bit of a positive vibe, knowing that they're going to go out there and try to execute another good drive.
Yeah, I mean, if it were me as coach, I would definitely try to give him an opportunity, not just to build his confidence back, but to build that deep ball back, because you still want him to be able to do it. He has talented arm strength. That's one of his best abilities. So we'll see if they can send, you see Wonderly and one-on-one on the outside. We'll see if they run something with that, as we see only one safety high. But from the shotgun, Leinart to throw. They'll do exactly that. Stretching the field. And that will be a solid pickup for the Seahawks down to the 1 yard line.
Yeah, he found his favorite person. Zeno, you called it. He went to the left side, and it's like we have an injured Pilot on the field.
Yeah, that looks to be number 13 for the Pilots. That is Cesario Cuevas, the defensive end and linebacker, as we take another look at that, that deep ball. Just like I called, they went for that deep shot. I'm accepting applications to be a head coach for any high schools over here, but that is exactly what I would have done, because that is just really smart to build up the confidence of Leinart there. You like to see him scanning the field and finding that deep shot, and that connection really benefited the Seahawks as they're knocking on the door here.
Yeah, and you also, if you need an analyst, I can reference you to my partner here. He actually did well last week, predicted you went 5 for 6. Or I think you were a perfect 6 for 6.
Yeah, absolutely. But right now the Seahawks are looking to get another red zone drive punched in. Right now they are 1 for 1 on their red zone drives, looking to make that 2 for 2.
As we're hoping for the injured player to come up, it looks like he may be having an issue with his legs. It's hard to tell, but he is being attended by the trainer staff.
He's on his feet. Let's give him a round of applause.
Seahawks at the 1 yard line. They might choose to power it in, or they might decide that Leinart has earned the chance to make a play with it. But from an I formation, let's see who it goes to. It will go to Martinez, and that will be a touchdown for the Seahawks.
Touchdown, Redondo.
I tell you, the way they were forming, it looks like Martinez was going to get the ball, so we kind of called that one right. But again, responding from the turnover, they got some points.
Yeah, I mean, that was an excellent just 2-play drive for the Seahawks there. Kept it short and sweet there, but that will be 20-6. The Seahawks have the lead.
And that's the most points that they've scored this season.
Yeah, Fowler looking to make it one more. The lefty kicker will do just that. So 21-6, the Seahawks have the lead with 7 minutes to go in this first half.
You got to give Colina credit there, Kevin. On that first play after the turnover, he went deep, found Zeno near the goal line, so his confidence is back, and it looks like there was nothing wrong with that arm, as we saw on that last pass where he threw the turnover.
Yeah, Santana and Greb back here on the kick return. Let's see if they make a play with it, but more than likely the Seahawks will kick it too short for them to receive, and we'll see someone else get the ball in their hands. So the players get their formations correct, and we will see the change of possession here. Kick goes for Brown to receive number 30 to receive one of the up men. And he'll slip past some Seahawks to push it to the 37-yard line.
The Pilots will start their drive. 37-yard line. Pressure, 38-yard line.
And one of the points of having those short kicks is that the kicking team defense can get to the ball quicker. So we're seeing Redondo getting there quickly after the return, and so far it's working for them because they're not giving up a lot of yardage.
Yeah, I mean, on that one, it didn't seem like it went too well for them, but especially on the first play, you saw the guy receive the ball and got hit pretty quickly, and so that is kind of the goal for the Seahawks. As we see 5 on the line, we'll see if they rush. Handoff goes, and that'll be about 3-yard gain, maybe 4 for the Pilots. Solid pickup on first down, as they have been able to do often.
And we've seen Redondo stay pretty much with that 4-3 defense. As we saw last Friday against the Panthers, they were switching coverage, pretty much every defensive playbook. But so far, that 4-3 they've been on is really working for the Seahawks tonight.
So 2nd and 5 here from the shotgun. We'll see if we get another look at Tuvalu's arm. No, we will get another read option. Tuvalu will use his legs, and he'll be bottled up instantly. That'll be no gain on the play. 3rd and 6.
They try to do that read option run again, but unfortunately, teams with the white jerseys on the other side were already there, ready to introduce themselves.
Yeah, absolutely. Seahawks got there pretty quickly. 3rd down situation. You gotta expect a passing play here, but we'll see if we see some improvisation from Tuvalu, because he does have the legs, as he showed on their only touchdown. We've only seen it on set run plays, but we'll see if he decides to get outside the pocket here. On the other hand, the Seahawks look like they might be playing contain there, as you see Esparza on the outside. They will be playing contain. Pass goes, and a beautiful pass break up there. That was Westbrook covering Tuvalu's favorite target, the freshman Daniels over there. And that will bring up fourth down. Let's see if we see a punt or another throw.
Westbrook did a good job. When number one's on defense, you have to watch out where you throw it to because he's there. He can make the plays, and we just saw him there make a key pass deflection, forces fourth down.
Yeah, absolutely incredible play there by Westbrook. Those pass deflections are just as key as any big tackle, and that will bring up fourth down.
Looks like they're going to go for it here on fourth down.
Yeah, that's what they're showing, and they will. Driving back to passes Tuvalu. Tuvalu looking to scramble, and he will be brought down by a congregation of Seahawks. Looked like Esparza was one of them there on the contain. Herrera as well. And that will be a turnover on downs.
I got to tell you, from up here, it looked like he was going to run away with it, but he was just a couple yards short, and here we are, a turnover on downs. Now the Seahawks got another chance to put up some points on the board.
Yeah, that was a solid scheme by Coach Keith Ellison. We've seen Tuvalu's legs, and ever since Coach Ellison saw that, you've been noticing contain. What that means is that the outside rushers are staying on the outside. They're not necessarily going straight at the quarterback, and because of that, the quarterbacks can't scramble around them. So because of that, the quarterback can scramble straight forwards and right into some white jerseys. Now the Seahawks have the ball, and Leinart will hand this one off. An outside run over here for Martinez. He'll get it to about the 40-yard line. 5-yard gain with a penalty flag down. Might be a hold there on that right tackle.
As we always seen this before, normally 9 times out of 10 when the penalty marker is thrown on a run play, chances are it's going to be a hold.
And the marker is against the offense.
Yep, it's going to be holding or penalty on the Seahawks. It's going to drive them back a few yards.
Yeah, so Seahawks pushed 5 yards back. It is now 1st and 15. And they'll start their drive from midfield.
Well, let's see if Cole Liner will get another shot to go downfield. Perfect timing for him to do that on this play.
We're seeing a little bit of a mixed lineup here. Some players who don't normally get all the playing time, including junior Brogan Blevins is in. As that handoff will go to Martinez, and Martinez finds green grass, getting his legs churning, and he'll get it back to the original first down marker for 2nd and 10.
Yeah, good job there by Martinez. He got a lot of yardage back from the penalty, but it looks like this marker came after the play, so if it's a personal foul on Banning, it might be first down Redondo.
Face mask against the violence.
Ooh, that's going to hurt.
So the flag will be on the defense. Looks like a personal foul of some sort as the play is pushed 15 yards forward. And so the Seahawks will be at the 30-yard line. Let's see if they stick with the ground game.
Well, we have 4:45 left before halftime. Let's see if they'll run the ball to kill clock or just go for the end zone on passing plays.
Play action here for Leinart. Leinart's throw is out for Herrera, who cannot haul it in. Herrera's mad at himself.
Oh, yeah, and definitely he's disappointed. That's one of those passes you're supposed to catch. He's caught it in his dream so many times, but, he just had it right there, just off his hands.
Something to keep in mind, though, Herrera has had a monster game on defense, and it's only the first half. So while he is absolutely mad at himself about that, it's hard to be too mad when you're playing so well. So he'll look to get the offensive production flowing again. But for now, it is 2nd and 10 from the shotgun with Zeno, the new running back, in the backfield.
Actually, if he's still upset by the time he gets on defense, better watch out of your offensive line because he's going to be coming at you pretty hard.
Leinart will drop back to pass. pressure instantly. He escapes one. Looks for Zeno, and Zeno is hit. Looked like a little bit of a hospital ball, but not too much Leinart could do with the ball. Low snap. He rolled out. He broke one tackle. And then to avoid another tackle, he just did a bullet pass to Zeno. Not much Zeno could do with the ball there, as Zeno let that one fall to the ground. And that'll bring up 3rd and 10 for the Seahawks. Seahawks might be looking at 4-down territory here in high school football. It is not quite the same field goal range as you might be used to. And so this might be considered 4-down range. So we will see how the Seahawks play this. But I got to imagine a short pass here, get about half the yardage is what I expect. As the Seahawks call timeout.
Yeah, it looks like Redondo didn't like what they saw on defense. Decided to call timeout and just discuss things.
Expect to see a pass here from the Seahawks. Lincoln Esparza might be a key player to highlight.
Yeah, you can use Lincoln Esparza, or you still have Adrian Ortiz, and even Zeno still out there. So you have about 3 or 4 opportunities to execute this 3rd down pass. But let's see who they'll throw it to if they decide to go for a passing play.
Yeah, you've seen a lot of guys stacked in the box for the Pilots, so I imagine the Seahawks might go for something breaking outwards here. But we'll see if that's how Seahawks choose to approach it.
But I tell you, I think this timeout pretty much helps the Pilots more because they've been getting pretty much dominated on offense tonight, and I think maybe a quick breather may have helped them kind of like overcome this slow start.
All right, so bottom of your screen, number 3, Esparza. From the pistol, here's Leinart. He'll fake that. Leinart looking for a play, looking to get upfield, and he will dip out of bounds backwards for setting up a 4th and 12.
Yeah, it looks like they try to go a play action roll to the left, but by the time the defense got there, Leinart had nothing else left to do but run it and just try to avoid a turnover.
Seahawks are going for this on 4th down. They got a sizable amount of yards to gain. I imagine they'll go to try to get this all through the air as opposed to a catch and run strategy. So expect a deep pass here. Leinart with some time. He'll fling it. High for his receiver, and he's got it. Huge pass and catch there. That was Esparza on the outside, who I highlighted earlier on that 3rd down play. Excellent play by Leinart. He had some green grass if he chose to run it, but he recognized that he needed a hefty amount of yards, and so he got it done through the air.
Yeah, you're correct about that. He had enough opportunities to run it and try to get the 1st down himself, but at the last minute, he saw his receiver and he threw it downfield.
So the handoff will go, and Zeno is wrestled down after a gain of about 5.
Yeah, good play on 1st down for Zeno. Let's see what they'll do here, but still want to talk about that 4th down play. That was a very gutsy move there by Redondo. Instead of running it, they passed it. It's a good job there by Cole Leinart.
Leinart checks back in, and he will motion for his players to huddle up.
5 yards.
We'll see a shotgun look from him here on 2nd down. 2nd and 5 here. Receivers all to his left. And they'll run a power for Leinart. Leinart going straight down the middle, and he will take it to about the 2-yard line. Very close to the line to gain. It looks like it'll bring up 3rd and inches, about 2 yards away from the goal line.
Yeah, it looks like they can get a 1st down at the 1, but they want the touchdown, so it will be 3rd and about inches. Again, they just looks like they need the 1 for the 1st down.
Two receivers out wide on the left. Looks like it's man-to-man coverage. You gotta imagine they'll try to punch it in, though, on the ground. It's Zeno in the backfield, and he'll get the carry. Physical run. It looks like he has enough for the first, but not enough for the touchdown. However, there is an injured pilot on the field, so we will get a short stop for that. 2:17 to go in this first half. Edward, if you're the Seahawks here, do you run or throw the ball? It's 1st and 10. Or, excuse me, 1st and goal.
If you're close to the goal line, only one thing I can think of, ground and pound, just run it in.
Absolutely. Seahawks do have a significant lead, though, so we'll see if they decide to get creative with it. But absolutely the tried and true is to hand the ball off.
Yeah, and we'll see if they're able to run it. I mean, they can do anything. They can do a quick pass screen, run it down the middle, or even a quarterback sneak.
Yeah, and we saw Cole Leinart get moving on that last drive or on that last play with the handoff. You got to wonder if they will decide to get him sliding on either side if they do elect to throw the ball, however.
It could be a tricky play, too. We could even see a kind of a special on this play. Good opportunity to do that special play.
Yeah, I mean, Cole Leinart's first touchdown throw as a Seahawk was off a special play. It was a flea flicker. And it was against the Pilots. So maybe some trickery you see here. But he's a righty. Right here, I expect to see him rolling right and throwing.
We did see him roll left a little bit. It could be a possible play I would call in this situation. Probably maybe a play action left, roll to the left and try to get into the end zone. Try to buy everyone, making sure someone has the ball.
Yeah, if you go play action over here, you better make sure you really fake the handoff because it takes time that you oftentimes do not have from a goal line blitz. So you got to make sure you freeze those rushers, otherwise you won't get a throw off. So let's see if they'll elect to hand it off or throw it. Keep your eye out for him to roll either right or left if he does throw the ball. So 1st down and goal. Here comes Leinart and the Seahawks. The ball does go to that left side and is incomplete. Dropped by Wonderly, who already has a touchdown this game. So that changes it a little bit for the Seahawks. Second down.
That one was tough. He had it, but it just came off his hands.
Yeah, I mean, that was a perfectly feathered throw by Leinart there, though. I mean, you put it exactly where your guy can comfortably get it, but it's not considered a dangerous throw. Unfortunately, just doesn't fall through for the Seahawks. So we'll see another similar setup. 2 receivers out far to the left. This time from the pistol, so maybe get the running back Zeno going downhill.
Yeah, I will watch out for Zeno. Looks like he's going to move up right next to Leinart.
Yeah, and we will get a flag on the play. Looks to be on the Seahawks. No, encroachment on the defense. Excuse me. That was a less significant penalty, as from the 2-yard line, that will be enforced as half the distance to the goal line. So the Seahawks instead will start from the 1-yard line instead of the 2-yard line. Play call stays the same as they'll ground and pound, and Zeno is comfortably in for another Seahawks touchdown.
Yeah, we saw Zeno in the backfield, and we knew from up here that he was going to run it in, and he did, and gets another touchdown in. The Seahawks dominating here in the first half.
Excellent work by the Seahawks, and that takes the score to 27-6 as we hit 2 minutes left in this first half.
The extra point is good.
Extra point is good. And it's 28-6.
How about that last play? We're seeing the old Redondo Seahawks from last year where they went 9-3, and they're scoring a lot of points here. You got to give them credit. This team has turned it around in the last 3 games. It's very exciting to see this team. This is a team that went 9-3 last year.
Yeah, absolutely, and they're looking more and more like the Seahawks of last year. Every single game we get the pleasure of commentating on. But 2 minutes ago here in this first half, we'll get a chance to see the Seahawks defense again. We'll see if Banning elects to try to stretch the field quickly or take this drive more conservatively, as they have given up a pick 6 this game.
If you're the Pilots, you have to do something to get points. You do not want to go down in recess down 28-6. They have to do something on this possession.
So the guys in the white jersey will kick off. First Seahawks kick that goes far, and that'll be a touchback.
That's the first time we saw that tonight. It went past the 30-yard line.
Yeah, I thought it might have been, since it wasn't their starting kicker, I thought it might have been that the Seahawks weren't able to kick it very far, but now I know that the Seahawks can if they want to, so they were choosing to go for that short kick. Now that they've established a short kick and conditioned the Pilots to expect that, they kick it far again. So the Pilots will huddle up and get ready to attack this. They got exactly a 2-minute drill to work with.
I thought they picked a good time to kick the ball near the 20 because, hey, 2 minutes to go, you're up big. Might as well just pin them deep and make it earn it.
Tuvalu, the lone man in his backfield, and a timeout will be called by the Pilots. Surprising that they'll waste a timeout when the clock was already stopped, but they obviously didn't like what they see. Play clock was winding down, and so the Pilots will burn a timeout.
Yeah, that might be a costly timeout. And I believe that's their first. So they're going to have to move the ball and make sure to conserve their timeouts.
Yeah, I believe that was their first of the half, so 2 more to go. But they have a drive where the clock is on the back of their mind, right, Edward? 2 minutes, it's still not enough time where you can just take your time.
And you'll hear this more often. This is what they do in practice during the week. Near the end of practice, they do the 2-minute offense. They'll time you, they'll set the scenario, and they'll put 2 minutes on the clock, and that's how you start executing your plays. So let's see if they're able to do it here in the game like they did in practice this week.
Yeah, absolutely. This is what you practice for. And they'll have a different setup here with the shotgun formation instead.
Watch out for big bad number 9, Brock Herrera. He's right there.
This one will be a handoff. And Ruiz gets the legs moving forwards, but not for too much. After breaking a tackle or two, that will result in 2nd and 9. So it's just a net 1-yard carry.
Yeah, it looks like they're playing a little conservative on offense. The Pilots, they're just letting this time go down, and I don't see a lot of sense of urgency, so we're not sure if they're going to try to do this 2-minute offense or just go in the half down 28-6, and I believe Redondo is going to get the ball to start the third quarter.
Tuvalu gets a throw. It's low to the ground. Somehow it's in a Seahawks' hand, but it looks like it skipped off the ground there. Christensen did not truly get that interception.
Yeah, let's see what they'll call here on third down. Either they'll just run it or try to get that first down. It looks like they need the 30-yard line to get the first down.
Yeah, 3rd and 9 here, and you got to wonder if they punt the ball, do the Seahawks try to get another drive out of this?
Anytime you have an opportunity to get points, you got to take it.
Yeah, and the Seahawks blocked the last punt, so if the Seahawks can get favorable field position as well, Gotta imagine that the Seahawks will absolutely pounce on that opportunity.
Yeah, maybe they won't need the offense. Maybe they can get the 6 points quickly with special teams.
Yeah, but we'll see how this 3rd and 9 goes first. So back to pass to Tuvalu, and almost picked off. The screen pass bounces off his running back's hands and dangerously lingers in the air before falling to the ground.
Oh, man, those are one of those plays where you have to come up with the ball. There was 3 Seahawks there that could easily got the interception, but fortunately they weren't able to catch the ball, but they did force a 3 and out.
Yeah, punt team does come on here for the Pilots, but that ball was like hanging in the air. Felt like slow motion there.
Let's see if Redondo will line up to try to block this.
So the punt team is on. I believe it's Westbrook, the lone man back.
Looks like they're lining up to block this. Let's see if they're able to be successful this time.
Seahawks almost get through, maybe get a little tip of the ball, but Westbrook will make a man miss. That was cool, and he stayed on his feet for a bit, but overall not too much on the net return. There's a Pilot down as well as a flag next to him, so we'll see if we see a personal foul on the Seahawks.
I think that referee that threw the flag actually has an arm. Maybe he should suit up and be quarterback. He's got an arm.
Yeah, absolutely. The flag was absolutely launched over there to get by the play, but they will call the personal foul on the Seahawks. So the Seahawks will be backed up. 59 seconds to work with for the Seahawks, and so we'll see if they elect to make a drive out of this.
Well, with the yardage at, I believe they could still maybe use the middle, call a couple pass plays, but they have to preserve their timeouts. They can also use the sidelines, so pretty much the playbook's open in these last 59 seconds. See if they'll try to go for it or go into the half with their comfortable lead.
Yeah, it looks like the starting field position will be the 31 for the Seahawks, so not too bad, but unfortunate for them from an undisciplined penalty. But we'll see them try to still get a drive going. As we know, Cole Linert's got an arm, as he showed on that earlier throw that ended up at the 1 yard line. So let's see how much they decide to use it. Seahawks also have, I believe, 2 timeouts left.
Keep in mind, they can also use Adrian Ortiz in the middle. With his strength, he can get yards after catch.
So from the pistol, they will hand the ball off. Down the outside, Martinez looking for some room. None that he found. And we'll see if the Seahawks will let the clock roll. So it seems like the Seahawks have written off a late second quarter drive, and we'll take this to halftime.
Yeah, and I agree with this call. I mean, the personal foul really affected their decision, but you don't want to give the other team an opportunity with a turnover. So your best bet is go into the locker room, you played a great half, make the adjustments, and then come out and possibly put this game away in the third quarter.
Handoff goes to Martinez, and Martinez makes a few guys miss. Does this change anything? Rumbling down the outside. He is out of bounds at the 30-yard line. Clock is stopped with 8 seconds to go. Wait a minute.
That changes everything. That last play by Martinez, he just ran it down, and man, actually there is a penalty marker down, so let's see if this is going to stay or not.
The flag is picked up.
Flag is picked up, so the Seahawks do have 8 seconds to work with to potentially make something happen.
Yeah, look for Leinart here. He could maybe do 1 or 2 quick passes, try to get a field goal. I think they'll need about maybe 10 or 15 yards to at least try an attempt. Well, it looks like the clock went down to 3. It looks like there was 8 seconds.
Yeah, some runoff from it, but the game clock says 3.3 seconds, so that will be the amount of time the Seahawks are working with. I think regardless, it seems like one more play, right, Edward?
One more play. I mean, basically just one play. If they had the 8 seconds, maybe you would have time for maybe 1 or 2 plays, quick pass, sidelines. But, I mean, they could try for the field goal, but at this point with 3 seconds, your only bet is to one shot in the end zone, hope to get a penalty.
So we know Cole Leinert's got the arm. We know he absolutely can make a play happen. Do you go for an end zone shot, or do you go for something like a hook and ladder or a screen with an unprotected wide receiver getting a catch and run going instead of the straight end zone shot?
Well, we mentioned at the beginning of the game, he had a flea flicker touchdown last year against his team. Maybe it's your best bet to try that play again.
A lot of noise over here from the home crowd, however, as the crowd is getting absolutely hyped. The bleachers are shaking. Seahawks have 3.3 seconds, essentially one play to make something happen. Let's see what happens. Cole Leinart will be wrapped down and sacked.
Oh, not enough time to let the missile go. They got a sack. The pilot got a sack, so we're going to go into the half up 28-6.
Yeah, so that'll do it for the first half. 28 points for the Seahawks, 6 points for the Pilots. An absolutely strong first half from the Seahawks. Little spots here and there that they got to work on, but you can't imagine they're too mad at all.
The first half of the season has been a struggle by this offense. They've come out this half, and they show why this team won 9 games last season, and they're doing it with the players they have.
Absolutely. Some weapons on the Seahawks finally getting their chance to show what they can do. And the Seahawks have had a total of 4 touchdowns this game. 3 offensive, 1 defensive, 2 on the ground. And just overall, the Seahawks, I mean, you got to love what you've seen from them.
Yeah, absolutely. It's absolutely the defense, the special teams, the offense, everything is going well for Redondo here this evening.
Yeah, you mentioned the special teams, a blocked field goal, a blocked punt. I mean, it's just, you can't find a very micro-specific stat that the Seahawks haven't absolutely dominated in for this game. So, about 14 minutes for this halftime. Stay tuned to Redondo Sports.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are honored to recognize a historic achievement for the first time in program history. The Bantam Girls basketball team are back-to-back champions, winning titles of Division III and Division II under the guidance of Coach Zeno and Zeno. These ladies have shown incredible dedication this year. Please join us in congratulating them on this legendary accomplishment. Once a pilot, always a pilot. What a great accomplishment. Back-to-back championships. Let's give him a big round of applause.
Who sell out in the stores? You tell me who flop, who cop the blue drop, who jewels got blocks, who's mostly Gucci down to the two top. The same old pimp, Mace, you know ain't nothing changed but my limp. Can't stop till I see my name on the blimp. Guarantee a million shells full of level up. You don't believe in Harlem World? Double up. We don't play around, it's a bet, lay it down. Didn't know me 91, bet they know me now. I'm the young Harlem with the Goldie sound. Can't no PhD. Hold me down, cooler, school me to the game, now I know my duty. Stay humble, stay low, blow like Hootie. True pimp, spin no dough on the booty. And then yell, there go Mace, there go your cutie. See me die than to see me fly. I call all the shots, rip all the spots, rock all the rocks, cop all the drops. I know you thinking now when all the ball is stopped. Never home, gotta call me on the yacht. 10 years from now, we'll still be on top. Yo, I thought I told you that we won't stop. Now what you gonna do with a crew that got money much longer than yours, and a team much stronger than yours? Violate me, this a BO day. We don't play, mess around, be DOA, be on your way. Cause it ain't enough time here, ain't enough lime here for you to shine here. Deal with many women, but treat down's fair. And I'm bigger than the city lights down in Times Square. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
No info for the DEA. Federal agents mad cause I'm flagrant. Tap myself and the phone in the basement. My team supreme, stay clean. Triple beam, miracle dream. I be that. Catch a seat at all events bent. In holsters, girls on shoulders. Playboy, I told ya. Me and Mike's to me, bruise too much. I lose too much. Step on stage, the girls boo too much. I guess it's cause you run with lame dudes too much. Me lose my touch, never that. If I did, ain't no problem to get the where the true players at. Throw your rollies in the sky, waving side to side, and keep your hands high while I give your girl an eye. Player please, lyrically, C, B B.I.G.B. flossing, jig on the cover of Fortune, 500. Here's my phone number, your man, I got the know, I got the dough, got the flow down, pizzazz, platinum plus, like Zizak, dangerous on Trizak, leave you with Trizak.
We're back here at Banning High School here in Wilmington. The score 28-6 Redondo. Edward and Tosso on the side with Kevin. Kevin, first half, what you think about Redondo's offense?
Yeah, I mean, Redondo had an extremely strong start to this game, and like really they just stayed ahead the entire way through. They were never trailing in this game. They got like quick defensive stop, some touchdowns, some takeaways, including the pick six. So an absolutely strong job by the Seahawks in the first half.
I'm very impressed by their defense. We mentioned before the game, they've allowed half the points they allowed in the first two games, and they've only allowed 6 points, so very impressive. The Seahawks defense been the last 3 weeks, including tonight. And we're seeing the team that won 9 games last year with this type of play on both offense and defense and special teams.
Yeah, I mean, look, to just focus on the defense for a little bit, we're seeing a full 11-man effort on every play. You're seeing the line be absolutely electric with guys like Brock Herrera making plays left and right. You're seeing in the 4-3, those linebackers reading, reacting, and disrupting the play so it doesn't get to the second level. You're seeing the cornerbacks like Kyle Westbrook just absolutely locking down the wide receivers when they need to, and they really haven't needed to too much. And then you're seeing the safeties, guys like Blake Wonderly making key plays, including the pick six. So up and down the lineup, the Seahawks are getting absolutely huge plays.
Well, let me ask you this question. Is this a big drive for Redondo as they try to put the Clams to get their second victory in a row?
I'm a big proponent on every drive is a big drive, but this drive, in my opinion, can truly seal the game. It can be absolutely demoralizing if they get a quick score. And so you mentioned that the Seahawks receive the ball first here in the second half. And so let's see how aggressive they decide to play this. We did see a few times guys who didn't get a lot of playing time being subbed in. We'll see if that continues, or we'll see if the Seahawks have the foot all the way on the gas.
Meanwhile, for Banning, one real big question is, what has happened to the Pilots?
Yeah, I mean, steep drop-off from their first 4 weeks as of last week and coming into this game. But we really haven't seen the roster or the impressiveness that their record had suggested. So something needs to change for the Pilots. They need to find something that's going on, because right now it's not looking good for them. But they have had bright spots. They've had solid run plays. They've established the screen game a few times, some good curl routes. So we'll see if they continue on that foot.
Well, we've seen them with their run play, their pass play. We saw a little bit of a spark in the second quarter, but since then they actually gone MIA. Do you see this team playing the same way they played last Friday night, or more a little bit of the team that went on a 4-game win streak?
No, I mean, I think it's definitely closer to last week's performance, as they have a singular score. But I do think that there has been some positives. And so it's not like one of those games where you see, well, oh, that team just blew out the other team. That team just did everything better than that team. And there's nothing that the team that lost could have done. It's not one of those games. You know the Pilots have another gear that they can hit to make it at the very least more competitive. But the story of their second half will be finding that, and that will likely characterize what goes on the second half more than chasing the score, because it's really unlikely at this point that they will come back in this game. But we are ready for the second half action as the ball gets put on the tee. I'm Coven Mystery.
Yeah, we're getting ready to see kickoff here, but we're ready. Let's see if the Seahawks can put the clam on it right here.
Yeah, so we'll see how they attack here on this first drive. 12 minutes on the clock for the third quarter. We're back into football action. Kick is received, and the Seahawks have a little bit of a gap here. That's Zeno getting past the 40-yard line. You saw the blockers parted like the Red Sea, and he had some room to run.
I tell you, anything a team asks Zeno to do, he's going to perform. We're seeing it here. We're seeing it on defense. We're seeing it on offense. Now we're seeing it here on his kickoff return.
Yeah, I mean, for the Seahawks, notably, they just like to get the ball in the hands of playmakers, and Zeno's one of them. Right there, he showed you why.
If I'm the Redondo Seahawks, there's one thing I would say to the team right now is, let's go.
Yeah, absolutely. They've carried out all the X's and O's pretty well, so now it's just motivation. It's keeping the foot on the gas, and we'll see how the Seahawks play this one out.
Yeah, you talk about the X's and O's. I think there are 2 letters they're looking for right now, and that's K-O.
Absolutely. Let's see how they play this. It's a shotgun with Martinez in the backfield. Rolling out left is Leinart. He was initially looking deep, but now he'll improvise and find Zeno. Excellent. I mean, that's showing a true playmaker, as Leinart was hit late on that play, hard after the throw was released, and there was a flag on the play, so tack on 15 more for roughing the passer. But as you're going to look, he's going to roll left. That's not an easy throw to make, back across his body, but he got his guy breaking inwards on the route. That's a playmaker improvising.
He tried to do this in the first half where he rolled to his right, but he turned it over on an interception. This time he rolled to his left where he had more room, but hopefully he's okay because he did take a big hit at the end of that pass.
Yeah, I mean, if you're scheming a way to get Cole Leinart connected, if you're scheming to try to get Cole Leinart connected to this second half, that's the way to do it. You get him really thinking, really have options, and it's really all on him on that play, and he does just that. So he's locked in for the second half. He'll throw again, this time rolling right. He gets outside of the contain, so he's got room to throw. And that throw is dropped by his intended receiver, which is Esparza. Esparza fell down on the play. Other than that, the play was going well. Leinart did his job. Good job getting outside the pocket, but couldn't find Esparza as Esparza slipped on the route.
And we have a penalty mark. It's going to be on Redondo, so it's going to set them back a couple yards. But Lincoln Esparza had a chance to catch the ball after he slipped, but was not able to complete the catch.
Yeah, it happens to the best of any football team. There's always going to be those little mishaps, those little slips. Just don't dig in well on a plant or a cut, but nothing they can do about it now. They'll look to rebound, but that was a 10-yard loss off the flag, so the Seahawks will take this 1st and 20 instead.
There's about a 5-yard difference in the last 2 plays. The roughing the passer on Banning, and now the penalty on Redondo, so set them back a couple yards.
Yeah, that was a hold there, as you saw Leinart had to get outside the pocket. He got a little help from his right tackle there. As Zeno's in motion, whistles come before the snap. Timeout is taken. Timeout is taken by the Seahawks.
Yeah, it looks like there was something they didn't see on defense that they didn't like, so it looks like they call a timeout and regroup, see what they can do here on this first down.
Let's go back to 1998, where we had a phenomenal running back by the name of Chris Howard. That was his junior year, where he ran for 2,495 yards, which is a banner single-season record.
So we'll see this 1st and 10 once more, or excuse me, 1st and 20 once more. On that play, they had something drawn up with the motion of Christian Zeno, maybe a jet touch pass. So again, what I discussed about getting the ball in the hands of your playmakers, and that's one of them that you want to see just running uphill, or excuse me, downhill. Just getting his legs under him and just running straight through defenders. So we'll see if they'll go with the same play, because right now Zeno is in the same spot. So watch out for that motion, or they might switch it up. 2 receivers on the top of your screen, something to keep your eye out on.
Keep your eye on Martinez. It looks like he is in the backfield as well.
Motion comes again. And the handoff will go to Zeno. Zeno is absolutely blown up very quickly. Seahawks offensive line was pushed right back into the lap of Zeno, and that'll be another loss. 2nd and even longer here, Edward.
Yeah, first play after the timeout, they tried to do a tricky play, but the Pilot defense saw it, denied them, so now it's going to be a 2nd down and long.
Yeah, interesting there that the Seahawks ran the same play that they had initially showed before the timeout was taken. Perhaps a little reverse psychology there, but good job by the Pilots coach staying one step ahead on that play. And that leads to, what is this? This is almost 2nd and 30.
Yeah, they're going to have to get to like the 31-yard line to get a first down.
Yeah, 2nd and 25, I believe. 2nd and 24. Yeah, 2nd and 24 as Leinart will throw here. Leinart battling through defenders, and he will take a sack. So the Seahawks moving in increments backwards and backwards. Not what they were looking to do. 3rd and, let's try to calculate this, Edward. How good are you at math?
I say about 3rd down, almost close to 30 yards to go. But on that last play, the Pilots finally got to Leinart, and that's something they weren't able to do in the first half. So they came out and made some different adjustments, but they're going to have to do more than that to get back in this game. And it's 3rd down, more to go.
Yeah, the official mental math is 3rd and 34-yard line, 3rd and 34 yards. They will elect to play it safe and hand it off to Zeno. Zeno with an excellent gain, which would be a welcome sight during any other play except for when they are 34 yards behind the line of scrimmage. Another Pilot down, unfortunately.
And we have a player down on
The negative side to football.
Team 02.
Seahawks will mull it over. They are inside midfield, so they might choose not to punt it, but they can also look to pin the Pilots with a punt. So we'll see. One thing's for sure, they are out of field goal range, especially with Parker Blevins not in this game. What would you do here, Edward? Would you... Oh, wait, is that a flag down? There might be a flag as well.
Yeah, it looks like from what we're being told, it looks like the penalty is against Redondo. So right now their attention's on the injured Pilot. But the question here is, do you decline and go for 4th down or back them up another, 10 yards, make it like 3rd down and 40-something to go?
Yeah, as we look at that, it'll be another 3rd down. If the play stands, the Seahawks have a dilemma on their hands of whether to punt or go for it. If it doesn't, we'll see a 3rd and even farther.
If it gets to 3rd down and over 40 yards, I would just punt the ball. I wouldn't even try. You don't want to risk it and give the other team momentum.
You wouldn't even try on 3rd down?
If it's 3rd down and 40 yards, might as well just give them the ball because you're going to have to punt on 4th down.
Yeah, I imagine if we see something like that, they will hand the ball off first, but then they will punt it. But referee.
And it looks like they might back them up. Or
it appears that way.
Probably not.
Yep, they will back them up. I believe that's holding, which is a 10-yard loss. So from their own 35, they're looking to get to the opposing 21.
Well, your best bet to get the first down is take a deep shot down the end zone on this 3rd down. Let's just run it and run some clock off.
You know it's bad when the opposing team's deep safeties are 20 yards ahead of the original line of scrimmage. Seahawks can try literally anything here.
Looks like they're saying it's 4th down, but it looks like the scoreboard is saying 3rd down.
No, that was 3rd down, yeah. They will throw a screen to Zeno. Zeno looking to get outside. He breaks a tackle. He'll slide before getting popped by number 14 there.
Oh, that was a big hit. We could hear it up here.
Yeah, that was Simon Cuevas there who got the hit on Zeno, and that will bring on the Seahawks punt team.
Yeah, last play, that was about 3rd down and 44 yards to go.
Yeah, that's incredible. And Seahawks, they really just could try anything there. There's not a high likelihood that it would work out. They opted for a swing pass, didn't go, and so they will punt it. So not the first drive that they were looking for, almost netting backwards. But the punt goes high. They'll take a backwards bounce and stop just past the 40-yard line. So that is where the Pilots will take over.
Well, that last punt went about 20 yards. It was interesting because there was like 40 yards to go before a first down, so they couldn't even get the punt past 20 yards.
Tuvalu and his squad will take over here. The area where they've been most dangerous, Edward, I would say, has been Tuvalu's legs. That's their touchdown, as we see 7:41 to go here in this third quarter. But let's see if they can establish that more unscripted, if they can get him out of the pocket. Right now, the Seahawks have done a good job. They've put contains, might have even seen the linebackers and spy a few times. That really hasn't happened since his touchdown. But we'll see if the Pilots can establish it. Yeah, they will start with a design quarterback run. He'll get about 3 there on that play.
Yeah, Tuvalu on that first down carry. You're down 22 points. It looks like they might have to try different plays to get yardage. It's going to be about a second down. Looks like they're going to give him, looks like 2 or 3 yards on that carry.
Yeah, they'll give him a more generous spot than we mentioned. They'll give him 4 on the gain. So we'll see the second down. Let's see if we get some passing action here on second and medium. No, they'll hand the ball off. Lowering his shoulder, but not for much of a gain. The Pilots get about 2 on that play.
Now, we've seen Banning throw the ball, but not too much. They stayed focused more on the running game, but with the scenario being down close to 22 points, your best bet right now, if you're the Pilots, start taking shots down the field. Not deep balls, but at least maybe something to pick up 5, 6, maybe even 10 yards to just keep the chain rolling. Looks like the Seahawks are going to go here on a 4-3 defense. We've seen that so far tonight a lot, and it's been successful. As Herrera will go to the bottom of your screen.
Dropping back to pass. That'll be a wide receiver screen to the outside, and the Seahawks read that perfectly. Excellent job by the Seahawks to get there and blow that play up with an instant tackle. I believe that was Zeno who got there first, and that was absolutely 0 given by the Seahawks.
Yeah, so far the adjustments at halftime has really helped. We're seeing the defense being more aggressive than they have in the first half, and here they forced another 4th down.
Yeah, I mean, as we take another look at that was just the read, the execution. He got that. He trusted himself, and because of that, he got to the ball, and he got to the ball carrier because he caught it right before Zeno got there, and Zeno gave him a shot on that catch. Punt team is on now as it's 4th down for the Pilots. Almost blocked once more. And the flag is thrown. That will be roughing the punter.
That's roughing the kicker. That might be a first down for the Pilots.
Yeah, I mean, you saw that the Seahawks were hungry for that block. They got it earlier. They went for the block, and it's Tuvalu who is the punter. And then the Seahawks just overzealous, overshot it, hit Tuvalu. And Tuvalu didn't get the flag, but after pleading his case with the ref, changed his mind. You don't see that often.
Yeah, and we saw the official call personal foul, so that's going to be 15 yards and an automatic first down. So the Pilot offense get a second chance.
Yeah, new lease on life here for the Pilots offense. They're going to hope they don't squander as they got 5 minutes to go here in the third quarter.
Yeah, after the first down, it's going to be a first down.
To throw is Tuvalu. He's got his receiver. That's Daniels. Minimal gain. He had no separation there, but he still secured it. That'll be 2nd and 5.
Now, if you're the Banning Pilots, you're going to have to do something. We're already midway through the third quarter. They're going to have to get points here because we're coming close to the fourth quarter, 4:43 counting. They're going to have to do something soon. They want to get points at least before this quarter is over.
Yeah, when we have seen throws, we've seen those quick slants, quick curls, and screen passes. We'll see if they do something to stretch the field. But the last time they really tried to stretch the field with the seam pass, it got picked off by Blake Wonderly.
Yeah, let's see if the Pilot offense can take advantage of this freebie they got.
Scrambling there is Tuvalu. Some Seahawks doing their best to try to rip the ball out of his hands. Doesn't go there. It eventually does come out of his hands after Tuvalu was down. But that will be a solid pickup for the Pilots for a short third down situation.
How about after the play wrestling for the football? It's very entertaining to see when you're trying to force a fumble.
Handoff goes and wrestled forwards is the running back, so that will be enough for the first down.
On the carry.
Well, that last tackle looked more of a wrestling takedown than a football tackle.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think when they initially hit him, he was behind the first down marker, but they ended up rolling him forwards, and so that was enough to meet the line of gain.
Look, the clock is still starting to be a factor, 3:16 counting, and still no score yet by the Pilots.
It's still the third quarter to keep in mind as Tuvalu takes a QB draw. Tuvalu has been going for those QB draws, and they really haven't had too much of a gain for him, but they still keep running it. Gotta wonder if the Banning Pilots are worried about fatigue from the quarterback repeatedly getting hit, but he will nonetheless keep pushing it, and that was a gain of 1 on the quarterback draw.
Well, that quarterback draw, that's what they've been doing all night, but again, if you're down 22 points, you have to try something else to try to get points on the board, but you got to give them credit for trying, though. That running game is starting to make a little progress.
From the shotgun, here is Tuvalu, and he misses his receiver, looking for Silva again on the swing route this time, and that one doesn't go.
Yeah, he overthrew his intended receiver, and he had some running room there to get a first down. Looks like Henry Silva was the intended receiver, but again, he had a shot, but it was overthrown. Keep your eye on Herrera and also that line.
Yeah, that's a big blitz from the Seahawks, and Tuvalu will be wise to take that one straight out of bounds. That one was thrown out of bounds and will bring up fourth down and about 9 here. This is an obvious go-for-it situation just out of high school field goal range.
Yeah, that's correct. You're down 28-6. It's fourth down. It's pretty much 4 down territory from here on out until you get close. So they're going to have to do something to get the first down. One stop could pretty much seal it here early for Redondo.
It is a 3-score game, so you got to imagine they're thinking touchdown or bust on this drive.
Yeah, field goal will help them get closer, but at this point they need touchdowns.
Back to pass to Tuvalu. Tuvalu on the out route, and that is close. The wide receiver is hit right near the first down marker. Let's see where they spot the ball.
Looks like he's lobbling to the sideline.
Yeah,
That's
absolutely. That was
Martinez.
Matthew Martinez there who took that shot. And they will move the sticks. Coach Ellison not too happy about that one, but nonetheless, that will be a first down again for the Pilots.
Yeah, that was a needed fourth down conversion there, and they got it. So now they have an opportunity to keep the ball rolling, but coming up 2 minutes here in the third quarter.
$1:50 to go here in the third quarter. As we'll see if they try to push for an end zone shot before the quarter ends. The drive should still be considered semi-urgent as they are trailing by at least 3 possessions. And a timeout will be taken by the Pilots. I'm not sure I like that call unless it was out of pure necessity.
Yeah, you're correct. When you're down big, your timeouts are important because you might need them later to preserve time. And I agree with you, too. I wouldn't call a timeout. I would try to at least run something on first down. You still also have 3 downs to convert. So you may want to save your timeouts, but I'm not sure if this was the right call for them to make.
Yeah, absolutely. The clock is going to be a factor later in the game if they are still looking to come back. And so they are now 1 timeout down. That was the first timeout taken in the second half. Seahawks still have all 3 of theirs. But this better be a special play for the Pilots to justify using that precious timeout.
Yeah, they have to have a conversion because if they fail it, then that means they used up the timeout for nothing.
So with the time to prep, let's see what Tuvalu and his crew have got for us. Things that jump out to me off the bat, Simon Cuevas in the slot, as well as Farrell Daniels on the bottom of your screen. Those are 2 receivers to watch out for. But instead, they will elect to hand it off. Second effort still doesn't push the pile, and that will be another rush of no gain. So 2nd and 10.
Well, it looks like the timeout was taken for naught. Only got a 1-yard gain after taking that timeout.
Yeah, but often what you do see out of these coaches is that with that 30-second timeout, that's not planning for one play. They'll have a sequence of plays ready. So we'll see which ones they elect to put into effect. But we imagine that they have gone over more than just that 1st and 10. Dropping back to pass. This one is a more creative play. Rolling right to Tuvalu. He'll pass back to the inside. And that one, tip drill, incomplete.
Ooh, I'm not sure if that was a tip. It looks like he had possession. But again, there isn't no instant replay challenges at this level.
Yeah, I mean, he was rolling right. It's hard to tell if that was just a read he had, unlikely because of the amount of white jerseys surrounding who he threw to, or if that was a pre-snap decision on the throw where he tried to establish, shift the defense right and throw back to the left. But unfortunately, he shifted all the defense from the far left to the middle, and that led to heavy crowding around where he tried to throw it. Lucky that one wasn't picked off.
Yeah, and that's about the 3rd time tonight we've seen that the defense on Redondo Union had a chance to make an interception.
Yeah, I mean, the Seahawks usually are good at converting on that. A lot of guys on that Seahawks defense play on offense or they have hands. But that won't be, we'll see another rush from Tuvalu as he lowers the helmet for a 4th and 9. But yeah, I mean, the Seahawks generally will pick more off than they have tonight if given the chance.
Yeah, I will probably have the interception count to, I say 4, if they were able to make those other 3 attempts.
Yeah, absolutely. But instead, the Seahawks will have to make a 4th down stop, 4th and 8 here.
It looks like that might be the last play of this 3rd quarter. Let's see if they'll try to get it off or just go straight to the 4th.
Yeah, about 5 seconds left in this quarter. Let's see if they decide to run a play. They will. Perhaps looking to catch the Seahawks by surprise. Sling a pass and it's incomplete. Putting that interception miss, counter up to 5. That high pass almost fell into Westbrook's lap, but it was hard for him to wrap his head around and be ready for that one. And that will be incomplete with the play headed to the 4th quarter. 28-6, the Seahawks lead as the Seahawks offense gets the ball back.
Yeah, good job by Westbrook. If you're not able to make the interception, at least tip the ball away, and that's what he did. He tipped it away so nobody else can make the catch.
Yeah, I mean, something to note, Edward, is that was 4th down. Say he did make that interception and fell to the ground and was down by contact. He's actually losing yards there as opposed to batting the ball down and just getting it from where the line of scrimmage is, because the offense is getting the ball either way. So that's something to keep in mind as the Seahawks offense gets the ball back. And Edward, how cautiously do you play this drive if you're the Seahawks offense? Because this game is almost put away. Do you try to strike and try to end it? Do you try to play it cautiously? Or do you try to build up the offense's confidence by treating it like a 0-0 game?
Well, if you're Redondo and if I was calling plays, your best bet, 12 minutes left on the clock, you want to go on a pretty much punch it down your throat, wear you out, and just get time off the clock drive and possibly get some points. Mostly coaches will do that because they want to preserve time from the other offense. And again, you said it here, one score will most likely put this game away if you're Redondo.
Something else to keep in mind is that a lot of other guys are getting playing time. You see a few of the receivers have had 0 catches this season, so we'll see if some of them get their first. Good moment here for the Seahawks.
And again, if you're Redondo, you always want to be careful, avoid the interception, and hold on to that football if you're going to run it.
So from the shotgun, expect to see a run play here on first down. That will happen in a big hole there. Oh my God, he's got some speed there as he's moving down the outside, a stiff arm.
Oh, look at that.
Running with swag as he's pushed forward. Takes it from the 20 to the 20 there. Martinez has got some jump in his legs.
Rocky Martinez, again, we saw something similar near the end of the first half, and they run the running play on first down again. The offensive line opening up holes for Rocky Martinez, and he takes it down the field all the way to close to the 20. Oh, he almost could have gone all the way.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you saw the hole open up. You knew it was going to be a good run, but you saw the speed, and that's when you knew it was going to be a great run. So that was large gain there for Martinez. We'll see if he gets the ball back here. He will. Hitting the hole again for a more minimal gain here. That is about 3.
Might be the moment here where Redondo's going to put the final nail in his coffin of 28-6.
Yeah, as we look at that run once again, Martinez just absolutely burning speed to get to that right side and down the sideline, still running after he faced contact. That's a finished run. Low snap again, and Martinez will get hit as he gets the handoff. So that'll bring up 3rd down.
Well, very interesting call here on 3rd down. Do you keep it on the ground, or do you just attack with your passing game?
I am a large proponent of treating every lead like it is a 0-0 game, except in certain late game situations with 10 minutes on the clock. I like to go and try to convert this 3rd down as opposed to killing time, because you kill a lot more time if you get another set of downs. So I personally would try to run something. You got slot receiver on that far side. You got the receiver on the very far side, so you have to run some kind of concept with Esparza and Wonderly. Let's see if they use misdirection there. No, they will hand it off with Zeno. Zeno gets little to nothing there. That will bring up 4th down. Something else to note, though, they might be outside of field goal range. Looks like they will go for it. And so because of that, they treat it like 4th down territory. They're looking to get small gain and make 4th down easier.
Yeah, that's correct. It looks like they want to go for the field goal, but they're still not within range. And let's see, they're trying to get the play call from the sideline. So Martinez was coming in. Now he's coming back out.
Yeah, some confusion there on the Seahawks sideline, but they'll look to get that sorted out. Zeno is the running back in at the moment.
It's like Redondo might just drain this play clock down and call a timeout. And it looks like that's what they're going to do.
That is exactly what they're going to do. But a flag is thrown. Got to wonder if that was a timeout or if that was delay of game.
Looks like they got the timeout called before the penalty marker was created.
Yeah, it looked like the referee picked up the flag. So the Seahawks will have time to scheme up what to do on 4th and 8.
Well, there's not enough weather conditions here. It's pretty clear, almost a clear night. So let's see if they'll try to kick a field goal. After that big run by Rocket Martinez, you wonder if they want to try to get some points here, or at least walk away with some points, or try to go for the big Bam 6 and put this away.
Who are your notable players to watch here, Edward?
I have maybe 3. Cole Leinert with his arm. Zeno. Esparza could be one. Also,
yeah, he's been quiet this game, but he is a playmaker, a captain on this team.
We haven't really seen Adrian Ortiz much since the first half. So he's had a quiet game after back-to-back 100-yard games. It's been pretty much quiet here tonight. Maybe give him a chance for him to at least get on the board with some receptions here.
Yeah, I got Zeno as a guy who the Seahawks will try to get the ball to. I think they're going to probably throw the ball here as it is 4th and 8. If they run it and they don't get it, the clock still stops on the change of possession.
And don't forget Brock Harrell. He had a drop pass earlier. I'm sure he wants to make up for that, but it looks like he's not on the field at this time.
Yeah, watch Zeno in that slot route. They like to run a play where the outside receiver goes in and the inside receiver goes out. So watch for Zeno on the out route. They'll throw a fade. Seahawks catch it. Touchdown. That is Lincoln Esparza making his name heard for the first time today. Beautiful throw. Gave it some feel. And Esparza went up and beat his guy for the touchdown.
And we saw the one-on-one matchup there with Esparza and the defender, and Liner knew where he was going. The minute he had the opportunity, he threw it up there, and Esparza didn't disappoint. Catches it. 6 more points for Redondo.
I mean, we were speculating to what degree would the Seahawks play it conservatively. That was the opposite. That was a very bold play call by the Seahawks to go for the deep shot for the end zone, and it pays off with Esparza just winning a 50-50 battle.
And with that, 9:18 left in the game, the score is Redondo 35, the Pilots 6.
As we take a look at that replay, just a beautiful catch by Esparza. He gets over his guy. There's not too much to analyze of that. That's one guy just making a play over another guy. That's the Seahawks saying, I trust number 3 more than I trust your cornerback. And that is enough for the Seahawks touchdown.
And Lincoln Esparza has an option or an advantage when it comes to his size. He's listed at 6'2", so he used his size there to make the catch on his one-on-one. And touchdown.
So the Seahawks will be set to kick the ball away. 35-6, the Seahawks now leading by almost 30 points.
Yeah, and Kevin, this score has really taken the air out of the stadium here. We saw the Pilot fans really excited, but now looking down, it looks like a lot of them has just left the building.
Yeah, I mean, there's a steady stream headed out. There's plenty that have already left. You can see a little bit more bleacher than you can see fan, but some miscommunication there as Banning does take the kickoff, and they'll take it to the 30-yard line. But absolutely, the Seahawks have demoralized this team.
Yeah, and if you're Banning, how concerned you are now. You go on the 4-game win streak, score a lot of points. You run into a wall last Friday night against Palo Verde, and now tonight, from the score, unless they make a comeback, it looks like the Seahawks are going to hand them their 2nd consecutive loss.
Yeah, I mean, I got to do some like film watching or something, but I got to check out what happened, what changed. Was there a personnel change? Was there something that happened in between the win streak and what's now going to be a losing streak? Because something clearly changed. I'm wondering if a player got injured, coaching change, something, or no personnel change, as a pass is connected there for the Pilots, an out route there that gets it to 2nd and about 2. But yeah, there's obviously something that changed, whether it's something mentally or something physically with the roster, but the Pilots need to address this because they still have a record that can allow them to go far, but they have to get back on track for sure.
But how about Redondo, though? Now this is going to be 2 wins in a row after that slow start, that 0-3 start.
Dare I say they're so back? I mean, Redondo is
That's
absolutely
the way
rolling
they
right
are
now.
right now. It looks like they may be heck already.
Dangerous throw there by the Pilots there, and Seahawks tried to break on the ball. The number 26, Gunnar Lillehogen, on the outside, who read the curl route. The ball had plenty of time in the air for him to catch up to it. He got a piece of the ball, falls incomplete.
Yeah, he had the piece of the ball. He also had another opportunity to have an interception. I'm counting 6 that they could have had tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. To me, it's all the Seahawks' eye discipline. It's the reads. It's them noticing where the ball is headed. The quarterback has largely gone with this first read so far in this game. And so when the Seahawks notice where he is looking, they're able to break on the ball. And specifically with the curl routes, they've been able to get to the ball. Handoff goes to number 4, and he'll fight forwards for a first down. That was Nathan Greb there, moving the chains. And we'll start again from the 43-yard line.
Yeah, and we're going into the month of October, so there's some big games coming up for Redondo. Also, league plays coming up, so they're actually clicking at the right time with this 2-game winning streak.
8 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter. Lil Hogan and one-on-one coverage on the outside. Keep your eye on that. He gets blocked nicely there as the wide receiver screen gets about 4 there. That was Matthew Martinez who's able to pick that one up. Nice to see him back after what looked like an ankle injury earlier on a reception.
Yeah, and if you're the defensive coach on the side of the Seahawks, you'd love to see all your players run towards the ball and try to make a play.
That was a good block there as well. Something to keep your eye on. That's a true hustle play there. As the Seahawks pull a defensive stunt there, as a flag is thrown. Tackle there by the Seahawks, number 33. That was Andre Madera Samoas on the tackle, but it might have been an illegal shift on the defense, as the entire defensive line was in motion during the snap.
Yeah, no, looks like they are going back a couple yards.
Looks like it was on the offense. Never mind. Perhaps a hold there as the flag was thrown late. So that brings up 2nd and long. Obvious pass situation here. As for the Seahawks, you got to watch out for the screen pass. I mean, Banning is not completely confident in their quarterback's ability to throw down the field from what we've seen. So you got to watch out for the screen pass, whether it's a wide receiver or running back. This time they will decide to push the ball. And that is just too far for the intended receiver. No flag thrown. That was Christensen there on the coverage.
I'm actually surprised there's no penalty marker. There's a lot of contact, and that was the first time they went deep tonight.
Yeah, I mean, that was the first time, at least since the interception. But I imagine that the remaining Banning fans are not happy about that as well. But that will bring up 3rd and long. 6:50 to go here in this fourth quarter.
And again, the Seahawks defense has really improved these last 3 games with the points that they allowed. Allowed 19 at Huntington Beach, 12 last week, or actually 17 last week, and 6 here tonight.
Tuvalu will throw the screen here. That was Martinez there who had 0 green grass in front of him, and he will get taken down. Do you think we're going to see the punt team, or do you think we are going to see another play ran?
Well, with 6:38 and counting, it looks like this game has already been decided. Might as well just go for it. You have nothing to lose. Just want to gain some yards, at least get some points to build some confidence in your offense, because your offense it shows that they're struggling. They struggled last Friday, and they struggled here tonight.
Absolutely. Do you think that if you were the Seahawks, you decide to play this passively, just defend the deep pass, or do you think they're going to throw a little bit of pressure just for the sake of it?
Well, the defense had left their calling card there all night. Might as well just leave one more and let them know who's the dominant team here tonight.
Looks like they will drop back into a 4-man rush and some zone defense. Tuvalu escaping down the outside, tracked down by Iglesias though. Excellent hustle play by Iglesias to get there, and that will give Leinart and company the ball back for the Seahawks.
And how about that? How was he able to get away from that pressure or that sack? It looked like for sure he was going to go down, but he was able to make something, turn nothing to at least something. Not enough here, and ball goes to the Seahawks.
Yeah, absolutely. So let's see if the Seahawks will decide to run this out or if we will see even any other pass plays here in this game. Once again, they got wide receivers who have not gotten much playing time this season on the field. Secretly hoping to see them get a catch. So let's see how the Seahawks play this out. So from the shotgun. That looks like Brady Grow is the quarterback, not Leinart. That took Leinart out of the game as the rush goes for less than, or for about -2 yards. There's 5:30 to go here in this second half.
Well, I think it's a good call for the Seahawks to give Brady Grow some playing time. Of course, we haven't seen him much since the looks like the second week or the third week of the season against Maricosta. So he's been on the bench, but it's good to see him out here and make some plays, get some playing time.
Yeah, his running back is Doug Moore, who also hasn't seen the field all as much. He'll get the handoff here, and he will get moving upfield. A flag is thrown as he was running with a purpose right there. It will be on the Seahawks, however, and it'll take them back. That was holding, so that'll bring up 2nd and 19, I believe. Loss of 10.
And I'm pretty sure the coaches can look at the film tomorrow to see what improvement he had to make with 5:06 to go and almost a 25 or almost a 28-point lead.
Yeah, absolutely. That's definitely going to be something that even though the Seahawks are up, and I talked to Coach Ellison, and he said the locker room morale was pretty good, the Seahawks coaches are still not going to be too pleased about that one.
Well, how about this, though? We thought Redondo was in trouble with that 0-3 start. Now they came up with 2 wins, impressive in a row.
Yeah, don't look now, but they're staring 500 in the right in the face. I mean, they're very close to getting back to even 3-3. So they had that bye week first week as that rush goes for a loss of yards. They had that bye week the first week as the clock will drain to 4:20 to go here in this game. But, yeah, the Seahawks are absolutely looking to reroute their season and get back on top. They will also have Bo Osmus, their star wide receiver and defensive back, coming back into the lineup very soon as well. And so that's just something really to look out for. So the Seahawks, things are looking up for the rest of their season.
Yeah, and I had a chance to see him. He's actually here tonight. Had a chance to see him on the sideline, so we're hoping that he comes back soon.
More down the outside. He gets spun around a little bit, but that will bring up 4th and 15.
And one thing, Kevin, with league play coming up, if you're the other teams that are in this league with Redondo Union, I wouldn't want to play this team right now, especially with the way they're performing. This is one team you probably want to avoid right now.
No, absolutely. This is a very different Redondo Union team than you saw in games like Maricosta or games like that. This is a Redondo Union team playing with confidence, swagger, and they got skill at every position. So keep your eyes open for what the Seahawks are going to do in the coming weeks as well. Punt team is on for the Seahawks as the clock bleeds to 3:08. Punt is away, and this one's a good punt. It'll be received there by the Pilots. Stripes on the right. Throws something down. Might be a flag. Looks like no flag on the play.
And one thing for Redondo, you have to go back a couple of weeks ago when they played Huntington Beach on the road. That was a game where they lost the lead with 20 seconds to go, and they did a lot of good things in that game. They were playing a team that allowed a lot of points. They held them to 19 points. They scored points on offense, and then they used that momentum last week against the Panthers, and they got their first win. And it's carried over since to here tonight where they put up 35, and very impressive to get their second win of the season.
Yeah, absolutely. We're seeing offense and defense playing incredibly well as we see another flag on the field. That one was a jump on the offense. That was number 13 on the Pilots. Cesario Cuevas, who does not agree with the call, but nonetheless, that'll push him even farther back. Clock is stopped at 1 minute, 56 seconds here in this fourth quarter. This game's all but over. We'll see if the Pilots elect to throw, maybe try to get another score here in this game, or happy to run it out. They will throw. Throw down the outside is intercepted there by the Seahawks. There was a new quarterback in. That one was number 8, Randy Guerrero, and he lofted it down the outside, and it was picked off by the Seahawks.
Yeah, it looks like that's Bryson Fowler, number 30, the junior defensive back, made the interception. But again, a good play there by the Seahawks. Oh, a lot of interceptions that they missed tonight, able to make one here tonight.
As we see that incredible interception, that's a one-on-one play made there by the defensive back, and he just wanted it more right there. He's going to pick it off. Kind of a spoiler for Guerrero's first throw of the night, but the Seahawks offense gets it back. I doubt the Pilots will take a timeout, so the Seahawks will likely run this play clock out. He'll hand the ball off. Doug Moore finds some room down the outside. Also a track athlete as he lowers the shoulder and stays inbounds. Keeps bleeding clock. Could we see another Seahawks score?
I mean, that was really impressive there on that first play. They're not ready to go home yet. It looks like they want to get one more score before they take the bus back to Redondo Union.
Yeah, running up the score here. Seahawks just, at this point, is it safe to say it's a confidence booster?
Well, after struggling on offense for the first 2 games, this has got to be something that they enjoy, scoring points, and they're having fun with it. Looks like they want more before they go home tonight.
We might be seeing victory formation, however. 51 seconds to go. And Brady Grow will kneel this one. So no more points for the Seahawks. The clock will run out. It's 40 seconds to go right now. But after one more kneel, this game is over.
Yeah, and I think that was a very good thing for Redondo to do. Very class there by the Seahawks. You pretty much made your point here. You dominated tonight. You blew them out. There's no point to just throw another saw in the wind, but this is very class and very good move here by Redondo.
Absolutely. So the Seahawks will improve to 2-3, while the Pilots will fall to 4-2. So the Pilots fallen off a cliff in terms of production in the past 2 weeks, and the Seahawks, they've really been improving every week, and this is the best we've seen them yet.
Yeah, for Banning, they're going to have to go back to the drawing board real quick, because now this is 2 in a row that they dropped. They were shut out last week, gave up 50 points. They were shut out in the second half tonight and gave up 35 points. Meanwhile, for Redondo, a confidence booster, the 35 points, the highest they scored this season, and they're looking good as we get near league play. As I mentioned before, if you're in the same league as Redondo Union, you do not want to play this team right now.
Yeah, absolutely. So we will absolutely be checking out what the Seahawks are doing in the coming weeks. But if they keep up the momentum, and if this pattern persists of 2 in a row now, and of them improving every game, they're going to be scary.
Yeah, you look at the last 3 opponents the Seahawks have played, they put up big points, but this defense of Redondo Union has stepped up in these last 3 games, giving up less points than the first 2 games. This defense is playing the best football we've seen so far.
Yeah, quietly because it was in the first half, but Brock Herrera had, I believe, multiple sacks, and they really got to the quarterback early. Later on in the game, they would have takeaways, including interceptions, including a pick 6. But there were other interceptions than that. On offense, they made plays, including a one-on-one grab by Esparza. That one was electric to watch. The Seahawks also had a strong rushing attack with big runs from Martinez, Zeno punching in for a score, and a big run at the end there by Moore. So really, the Seahawks looking strong all around as Leinart continues to progress as well.
Yeah, it's going to be fun and interesting to see how the Seahawks will play more football as we head into the month of October.
Yeah, absolutely. Stay tuned for next week on Redondo Sports. We got another matchup coming to you. And just really check out the Redondo Sports channel for any updates on sports all across the South Bay. So thank you for watching this game. I'm Kevin Mystery.
I'm Edward Rientasso.
We got replays coming, so stay tuned for the rest of the stream. Good night.
Yeah, take that. Come on.
No one sees it. I hope no one falls in love with you. I got my reasons. 'Cause if they knew what I know, then I know I wouldn't stand a chance. There's no way you would go for a man like me if you had options. Even though the world was meant for you, hope you don't get famous. 'Cause everyone will love you, but won't love you like I do. Hope you don't get famous. Stay home with me. Stay home with me. I'll always love you. I'll always. Hope you don't get famous. 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 Yeah.
That's cool, but he ain't like me. 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 Slide on the pimp gang with my pinky ring. Lot of gang, lot of then the icy chain. While you claim that you rich, that's a false claim. I'll be straight to the whip, no bird. Slide on the pimp gang with my pinky ring. Lot of gang, lot of then the icy chain. Slide on the pimp gang with my pinky ring. Lot of gang, lot of then the icy chain. While you claim that you rich, that's a false claim. I'll be straight to the whip, no baggage claim. Whole lot of styles, can't even pronounce the name. You ain't got no style, see you on my Instagram. I be rocking it like it's fresh out the pan. Only when I'm taking pics, I'm the middleman. Walk talking like a boss, I just lift a hand. 3 million cash, call me Rain Man. Money like a shower, that's my rain dance. And we all in black, like it's gangland. Say the wrong words, you be hangman. Why me stick to you like a spray tan? Mister, what kind of car you in? In the city, love my name. Gotta say it. She can get a taste. She can get a taste. What it say? It's all the same like Mary Kate. She can get a taste. Let you get a taste. Do you let it taste? Yeah, that's cool, but he ain't like me.
Stand up! Stand up! Stand up! like that.
When I move, you move.
Just like that.
When I move, you move.
Just like that.
Hell yeah, hey DJ, bring that back.
How you ain't gon' cut? Girl, I'm me. I'm the ain't gon' cut. Girl, I'm me. I'm the ain't gon' cut. Girl, I'm me. I'm the reason you in VIP. CEO, you don't have to CID. I'm young, wild, and strapped like G.I. Lee. Blah! We ain't got nothing to worry about. Whoop ass. Let security carry 'em out. Watch out for the medallion. My diamonds are reckless. Feels like a midget is hanging from my necklace. I pulled up with 1,000,000 trucks. Looking, smelling, feeling like $1,000,000. Pass the bottles. The heat is on. We in the huddle all smoking that Cheech and Chong. What's wrong? The club and the moon is full. And I'm looking for a thick young lady to pull. One short shot way to get 'em out of them pants. Take note to the brand new dance like this. When I move, you move.
Just like that.
When I move, you move.
Just like that.
When I move, you move.
Just like that.
Hell yeah, hey DJ, bring that back.
When I move, you move.
Just like
When
that.
I move, you move.
Just like
When
that.
I move, you move.
Just like that.
Hell yeah, hey DJ, bring that back.
Danger! Danger! Get on the floor. The feeling right here. Sing it.
Been so long.
Sing it.
He's been on. So
Get on the floor.
show me
The feeling right here.
what you wanna see.
Tell the DJ to put my hit on. I'm keeping the fellas and women jumping from the minute I get on. Taking the shirt off, showing it, dancing, screaming and hollering and all. Got the gift to come up with it, put it together, deliver, make them feel it. Look, I've been home. Yeah. Like they pull me out the pencil sharp. Bad. Like that student in the principal office. But rappers and coffin, they dive like dolphins. I'm the damn lyrical Marvin, you don't come cross office. Watch yourself. You mess around and get beside yourself. I know. Go ahead though. Bump them, shake that, drop that. Stay in line though. Forget it, can't. Can. Got my head down, popping on the hands. Leave that nigga smoke. You wanna do something, bend over and bust it over.
Been so long.
Sing.
He's been on.
Come on,
So
get on the floor.
show me
The feeling right here.
what you wanna see.
Sing.
Been so long.
Sing it.
He's been on. So
Get on the floor.
show me
The feeling right here.
what you wanna
Let's go.
So crazy right now. Most incredibly. It's your girl, B. It's your boy, Young. You ready? History in the making. Part 2. So crazy right now.
I leave steps so deep in your eyes. I touch on you more and more every time. When you leave, I'm begging you not to go. Call your name 2-3 times in a row. Such a funny thing for me to try to explain. How I'm feeling and my pride is the one to blame. Cause I know I don't understand just how your love can do it, no one else can. Got me looking so crazy right now. Your love got me looking so crazy right now. Got me looking so crazy right now. Your touch got me looking so crazy right now. Got me hoping you page me right now. Your kiss got me hoping you save me right now. Looking so crazy, your love got me looking so crazy, your love.
This copyrighted telecast may not be reproduced, retransmitted, or used in any form without the authorized written consent from Ironclad Digital Media. Redondo Sports would like to thank all of our fans for your support, and we hope you enjoyed today's broadcast.